Washington Park is one of the most expensive neighborhoods in Denver, but when buyers actually look at the homes, a lot of them ask the same question: is it really worth the price? Quick heads up, if you're planning to buy in the next few months, there is a buyer strategy link down below. It starts with a short 30-second video explaining how people are taking advantage of this current market, and if it makes sense, you can book time directly. That's it. Washington Park has a strong reputation, but reputation alone does not always equal value. So let's slow this down and break it apart. Why do prices feel so high here? What are you actually paying for? And who does this neighborhood actually make sense for? One of the very first things buyers notice in Wash Park is the price per square foot. You might be comparing it to newer homes in other parts of Denver and thinking, why am I paying this much for an older home for a smaller layout? Now that reaction is completely normal. Washington Park is not a neighborhood where you're buying maximum square footage or brand new construction as the baseline. Much of the housing stock is older, layouts are tighter, and a lot of the value is not obvious on a spreadsheet. If your main metric is how much house you get for the money, this neighborhood can feel overpriced very quickly. This is where Washington Park separates itself. A big part of the value here is not just the house, but the land and the location. You're buying into one of the most walkable, established, lifestyle-driven neighborhoods in Denver. The park itself is a major driver. Having that kind of green space in the middle of the city with trails, open areas, and a real neighborhood feel is something that you cannot create later. Land in areas like this is very limited, but once it's built out, it's built out. That scarcity plays a huge role in pricing. You're gonna be paying for proximity to downtown, Cherry Creek, and major corridors that are all close, while still living in a residential area. Now, for many buyers, daily quality of life matters way more than any extra bedroom, owning a larger lot, or going further out. Washington Park often feels overpriced for buyers who prioritize space, new construction, or value strictly through numbers. If your goal is going to be the biggest home possible, a 3-car garage, or a turnkey modern build for your budget, there's just so many other neighborhoods in Denver that will actually make sense for you. It can also feel overpriced if you do not plan to actually use the neighborhood. If the park, the walkability, and surrounding amenities are not a part of your day-to-day life, then you may not be getting the full value of what you're actually paying for here. On the other hand, Washington Park makes a lot of sense for buyers who actually value the lifestyle over the size. People who walk the neighborhood, use the park regularly, work remotely, or have flexible commutes and plan to stay put for a while tend to feel very comfortable with the pricing. It also works well for long-term thinkers. Demand here has stayed consistent across different market cycles because the fundamentals are strong. Limited inventory, established character, and location do not change quickly. So, is Washington Park overpriced for what you get? Not across the board. If value to you means square footage, new finishes, it's going to feel expensive. But if value to you means location, lifestyle, and long-term stability, Wash Park often makes sense. The key here is being honest about what you're paying for and whether or not you're actually going to use it. If this video helped and you want a clear plan for your situation, the buyer strategy link is down below. Now watch the short video and book if it feels right. The calendar is only open for a few days at a time, so get your time while it's available. Now, as always, I'm Kareem Howard, a licensed realtor at Gerlock Homes. I will catch you guys in the next video.